Hello, today's topic is going to be cold versus warm leads and how you need to separate them when you're dealing with them. So cold leads are leads that have never heard of you before. So these are usually lists that you've pulled off of CoStar or Reonomy, whatever it is, and they've never heard of you before. And a warm lead is somebody who has contacted you. So they've either gone through your brokerage and found you, or they've filled out something on your website, they've contacted you on social media, or they have emailed you for something. So those are warm leads and cold leads. So let's get started on how to use those cold leads lists that you've probably downloaded and had no idea what to do with. So let's get started. The very first thing is you want to introduce yourself. So whether you are doing cold emails or you're doing cold calls, if you're doing like a voicemail drop or something, or if you're doing physical meetings, the very first thing you want to do is definitely introduce yourself. And you can do this fairly generically the very first time. You can just say, hey, I don't know if you need me, but here are some of the services I offer. So that's the first thing. And then the next couple of ones, you want to start identifying some likely problems that they have. So for instance, an investor would probably have problems with like a problem property. So a property that's not really performing very well in their portfolio, it's losing them money, and they're starting to wonder, do I want to keep it? Do I want to sell it? Do I want to renovate it? Do I just want to try to find new tenants for it? These are the questions that they're asking themselves about a problem property. You want to identify that there probably is a problem property in their portfolio and some ways that you can help them. So a landlord will probably have a lot of issues with vacancy maybe in one of their buildings. So if they have high turnover, if they don't have quality tenants, that sort of thing is causing them vacancy. So you're going to want to address some of the reasons why there might be vacancy, that does in fact suck, and how you can fix that problem. Tenant rep, some of the issues that they might have are like if they're opening up a brand new location, if their location that they're in right now is not working for them, or if their contract is no longer working for them and they'd like to renegotiate. So these are the kind of pain points that you want to discuss in some of your cold introductions and your subsequent follow-ups. Now, if you are doing cold emails, I do want to just talk to you about a little bit about compliance. Now, I'm no legal expert, but I just want to talk a little bit about it. Now, compliance is pretty easy to follow with the unsubscribe if you're using some sort of marketing email platform like MailChimp or Constant Contact, because it automatically has the unsubscribe button at the bottom of each of the emails. If you are emailing with your just regular inbox, you want to give them an option to unsubscribe. So reply to this with the subject, unsubscribe to unsubscribe. And yes, you do actually have to take them out of your list if they do unsubscribe to keep compliant. Another tip that I want to give you also is if you have received one of these lists and they do have emails on it and you are thinking about doing some cold emails, definitely contact the company that you received those emails from and say, hey, I just downloaded this list. Is it okay for me to do cold emails? Now, if everything's on the up and up, they'll say yes. These people have opted into additional marketing partners or affiliates, that sort of thing. And then keep that email, because if you ever do get reported for spam, those fines are very, very high. So you want to keep that extra little piece of like, no, they said it was okay. So just to protect yourself in the future. Now, one of the things I also want to talk about if you're doing cold in person is I do want you to consider getting some sort of leave behind like flyer. And these can be fairly generic. You can make one for investor rep, landlord rep, and tenant rep with just like a nice photo, your logo, your broker's logo, and then just basic services that you offer. Now, with these leave behinds, I do suggest that you do not put any contact information on, especially if you're getting these professionally printed. Now, if you're just printing them out like as you go, then you can put contact information on them if you want to. But if you're getting them professionally printed, I wouldn't put contact information on them at all. I would just leave like a little area at the bottom where you can staple your business card. That way, number one, all of the agents in the brokerage can use it. And then if you do have to like change your phone number or your email address or your address, if your location's changed, you don't have to do another big print order. So just leave like a little blank area where you can staple it on there. It's great. Now, let's talk about your warm leads. These are people that have contacted you in some way. Now, you don't need to introduce yourself. They already know you. So for instance, if you're doing emails, you can get right into like the personal stories. You can, I would suggest definitely considering adding a video. So people, once they've already contacted you, they just want to like kind of get to know you as a person. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to do some of these videos where they can see, you know, your expertise, and you don't even have to get really fancy with it, or you don't have to do consistent ones like all the time like I do or anything. You can just do like an intro of like, hey, thank you for joining my email list. I'm really happy that you did. I hope to hear from you, et cetera, et cetera. So you can just do like an intro one for like your welcome sequence, and just some regular personal stories and stuff that you add into it. And if you do want to do a warm lead, like a physical visit, one of the things that I suggest you do is, of course, use those same lead flyers that you have for your cold leads, and then maybe just write yourself up, like kind of like your hero story of how you got started in commercial real estate, and maybe even just add a couple of case studies on there of how you helped other people, and then just staple it directly onto the flyer. So you don't have to get really fancy and make yourself a brand new flyer every single time you want to change it. You can just change that Word document, staple it onto your regular flyer with your business card, and then just go with your warm leads. So if you don't know what to write, I have available for you some cold email templates and some warm email sequences for you. And they are available wealthycre.com as long as you just sign up for the boot camp. They come with it. And you can take those email templates and you can even make them into scripts for your cold calling, so that if you're emailing and then you're adding in that additional voicemail drop, everything very much coincides. And then you can also have the same sort of subject matter in your leave behinds if you are doing the physical also. That way you're kind of hitting every single one of them. Now, if you are interested in that template, wealthycre.com, I have 5 different cold emails for each one: investor, landlord rep, and tenant rep. And I have 6 warm email sequences for each one also: investor rep, landlord rep, and tenant rep. So it ticks all the boxes of everything that you would need. So if you liked this video, hit like. If you want to hear more, hit subscribe. And if you are interested in those email templates and all the other cool stuff that I have available for you, wealthycre.com is where it's at. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.